How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? The Fibonacci sequence, Gemmatria in the book of Genesis, the golden mean. Let's look at it. Hi, how you loving? You are on, we're reading the Bible, the entire Bible. And in this episode, we're reading Enoch 3. We're reading the Bible, the Apocrypha, and parts of the Pseudipigrapha. Welcome. We're here every morning live at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Or if you are watching this on the replay, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. Glad you're here, whether you're here with us live in the conversation. Pardon me. Pardon me. Whether you're live with us here in the conversation or you watch the replay or you watch this. I don't want to call it a replay. Hold on. Pardon me. Or you watch when you watch, and whenever you watch, you're having the experience. Let's go on screen share. Aha. Tree of knowledge. Pardon me. Now, this little throat thing started as soon as I got ready to go live. What in the hell? I need to get some water. Hold up. What in the hell? Okay. Fibonacci sequence, Gemmatria, Genesis. What is this about? I found it. So yesterday, we were speaking of, yes, I found it on a Reddit thread. No, I don't believe things that I read on Reddit. I don't believe anything I read anywhere. I'm getting rid of all my beliefs. I simply assess and I look at evidence and see if it lines up. Here is the movie Pi, and it is from 1998. And this is the exact formulation I was speaking of yesterday. Tree of knowledge, the gematria or the numerical value in the Hebrew language, the Hebrew that Genesis was written in, is 233. The gematria or the numerical value of Garden of Eden in the Hebrew Genesis was written in is 144. 233 divided by 144 equals the golden ratio. Now that's really strange. Now, this person wrote, this mathematical precision comes from the Demiurge, who trapped our eternal spirits in its fake breath of life, a soul, and gave us garments of flesh to wear, making us prisoners in an inverted copy and paste simulation. So, what is this? This is this person's Gnostic take on where we currently abide. The Gnostics said, and to this day still say, we are trapped in a simulation, in a matrix. You could say that the movie The Matrix is exactly is not exactly, it is very close to a visual illustration, demonstration, a visual story of Gnostic thought. Why? Because in Gnostic thought, the creator in Genesis is not good. The creator in Genesis is a fallen aspect of the supernal divine. The divine has an aspect that broke off and fell into darkness, let's just say. And the divine remained whole. Well, the divine remains divine, the eternal light, the eternal splendor. This part that fell into darkness thinks it is God. It thinks it is the one. It does not recognize, understand, or even know. It doesn't have gnosis, Gnosis, to know. And this is not knowledge. This is experiential knowing, not knowledge, knowing. This fallen demiurge does not have gnosis. It doesn't know itself. It doesn't know that there is a supernal all source full of light above it. The fallen has been called different names. Yaldabaoth is one of them. It has different names. This fallen, I'll just call it the fallen demiurge, or I'll call it the demiurge. The demiurge is the one who Gnostics say is speaking in the Garden of Eden. The demiurge created a garden of physical delights, delicious foods, just a place for you to be totally asleep and never wake up to your divine nature, trapping the sparks of light. That's us. We are sparks of light of the divine, trapping sparks of light, pardon me, in a body, a meat suit, and eating all these, having all these pleasures and eating all this delicious food and sexing and enjoying ourselves and sleeping and laying around and making nothing much of yourself. All of that is so that you will never gain gnosis of who you truly are. The divine spark that lives within you will never be revealed, and you'll be asleep forever, and you'll never take the red pill and wake up, whichever one was the red pill or the blue pill, the red pill or the blue pill. One pill, you stay asleep, Neo. You go back working, you go back into the matrix. You're working at this place, you hate the boss, you see there's a blip on your computer screen, you don't understand what it means. You're in a simulation, Neo. Go back to sleep. You take the other pill, you follow the white rabbit, as did our heroine of Alice in Wonderland, who followed the white rabbit, went down the rabbit hole, and discovered Wonderland. A whole world that was going on that was not in her fake world. Her fake world where she was being pressured to marry somebody she didn't want to marry, and there were no miracles, and everything was just quote unquote normal. You get up every day, you go to work, you know, it didn't have magic, it didn't have anything beyond just do this, do this, do this, then you die. And you had to fit in with all the norms of society. And she said, I'm not normal. You know, my father didn't raise me to be a normal person. You know, I do weird things. I do strange things. I like oddities. I'm not going to just sit there and just be normal and pinky up and be a dainty lady. I'm not going to do that. I'm going exploring. And so she took the pill that would take you down into, or I would say out of, the simulation. Therefore, whenever we see something like this, the mathematical precision, you can choose as to where you think this mathematical precision comes from. This person says on Reddit that this mathematical precision comes from the demiurge. That's a very Gnostic approach. It's a way of looking at things. I'll give you another way of looking at things. That the divine encoded as above, so below, according to the esoteric sciences, magical arts and sciences going back to Egypt, older than, I guess you could say, Gnosticism. You go even older than the very bad God of Genesis, older than Genesis. Because Gnostics have a way of dealing with Genesis. Well, what if you didn't have Genesis? Let's go to the pre-Genesis world. and Genesis has not been written yet. And in that world, you could say that pi, or the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, none of this has been invented, not invented, it can't be invented, it was already existing, haven't been discovered yet. And because none of these have been discovered yet, people don't know about them. So, how could the writer of Genesis come along, or writers, a person, a group of people, how could writers come along and encode the golden ratio into the book of Genesis when it wasn't discovered yet? This is a great big question. So you could look at it from this perspective, that the divine did that the divine, the source of all, the infinite love, light, power, wisdom, creativity, bliss, beauty, the all, consciousness, we could call it consciousness. The all is not spiritual. I know this sounds super crazy coming from a spiritual gal. I have spent much time with the all, just like I do every morning in my meditations, early in the morning during the witching hour. The all is not spiritual. The all is not spiritual. How I approach the all is spiritual. The all itself is not spiritual. An atheist is connected with the all. You can't not be connected with the all, because the all, or the source, is simply consciousness. So don't think you have to say a prayer to approach consciousness. You don't. You are consciousness. You are the all. You are the infinite energy stream, or that which is beyond words. I could not put this into words if I tried. The all. So we try to approach the idea of the all with these words that are insufficient. Yet we use these words as symbols. The infinite source, the all, the consciousness, let's call it, infinite intelligence, is in everything, everywhere, at all times, scientifically proven. And I'll tell you how this is unfolding with scientists like Nina Aked Armani. Let me get his name right. Nina Armani Aked. Nina Aked Armani. Maybe that's it. Nina Aked. I'm going to find this Armani. Okay, I'm going to find this scientist for you, who is doing incredible work on that which is beyond space and time. Space time is dead. It's over for space and time. It was a good ride while we had it. And now scientists are seeing that beyond space time, there's more. There's just more, right? Cosmological polytropes, permutations, they call them permutations, mathematics beyond space and time. Let me look at cosmological polytropes. I'm pretty sure that's what they call them. Cosmological cosmological polytropes, polytopes. That's it. Arkani Hamed. Thank you. Nina Arkani Hamed. Write that name down. Hold on, I'll give you the exact spelling. Nina Arkani Ahmed. I knew I would find it. Oh, Hamed. H-A-M. Okay, here's the spelling of his name. And I will show you this scientist. Hold on. Because I love this scientist. I'll show you this scientist. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I know this is a lot to start with on a Saturday morning at 7 a.m. in the morning. We're just groggy coming out of bed. And all of a sudden, we're deep in a conversation about the Fibonacci sequence, Gemmatria in the book of Genesis, the golden ratio, the Demiurge, and Gnosticism. I know that's a lot first thing in the morning. And so I want to acknowledge that. Yet we're here for it, are we not? We're here for it. This is Nina Arkani Hamed. Brilliant scientist. Oh my goodness. I love listening to the scientists, even though, I must say, even though I do not understand many of the things he says. I love listening to this physicist. He is absolutely incredible. And has he won a Nobel Prize, Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics? He has a brilliant mind. So look him up on YouTube. There it is, The End of Space-Time. They've been saying it for a long time. He's a theoretical physicist. They've been saying it for a long time. Okay. Also, Donald Hoffman. You've heard me talk about Donald Hoffman very often. So let me put Nina Arkani Hamed in the chat and look him up. This is the best way to wake up. Reverend Evelyn, you're like me, right? This is the best way to wake up with Gemmatria, the Fibonacci sequence, the Demiurge, the golden ratio. Oh my goodness. So, what is the golden ratio? Fascinating. This is why I do not think that the golden ratio came from the Demiurge. Now, maybe you're like the Reddit person. You think that this exact mathematical precision that's throughout the entire universe, you may think that that's from the Demiurge, because you would have to think that, because in Gnosticism, the Demiurge created the physical. The Demiurge does not know that there is something above the physical. So the whole idea of Gnosticism is to disconnect not so much from your body. That's why many of the Gnostics didn't have sex. They took a vow of celibacy. They ate very simply. They didn't kill animals. They didn't eat meat. They lived an aesthetic lifestyle. They lived many times away from the city, up in the mountains, like the Essenes. I cannot say that the Essenes were Gnostic, yet the Essenes they weren't in the city indulging in all the things that you could get yourself caught up in the city, in Jerusalem. They were out in the wilderness, like John the Baptizer, and the description of John the Baptizer. When you hear me refer to John the Baptizer, let me say this. This is a Jehovah's Witness statement because of my training and my 26 years I spent in the cult. Everyone else calls him John the Baptist. Jehovah's, as it came out my mouth, I said, oh, wow, let me acknowledge this Jehovah's Witness stuff still in there. In Jehovah's Witnesses call him John the Baptizer because they don't want Baptist in their cult. So they don't call him a Baptist. They call him a baptizer. Very important. John the Baptist. You can't say that in the Kingdom Hall. You've got to say John the Baptizer. He baptized people. Therefore, he was a baptizer. Okay. I mean, I'll give them that. I don't see anything wrong with that. The wording is accurate. The intention is flawed. Anyway, John was also likely an Essene. The Essenes lived, as I said, an aesthetic lifestyle. They lived out in the wilderness. You heard they said John was out there eating locusts and honey or something like that. That's what they did. And they say that St. Peter ate something like vinegar and bread and wine or something like that, like and olives or something, olive oil and bread and wine. Some very aesthetic, very Very aesthetic lifestyle. What other word is there to more accurately describe it? It's an aesthetic lifestyle. You've given up all of these earthly pleasures. You've given up sex. You've given up even sometimes if they were married and you came into some of these groups, you couldn't even have sex with your own wife or your own husband. That married couples would also take a vow of celibacy. Now that's deep. And a lot of times they didn't have children. Why did they want you to be celibate? Because one, they didn't want you to get all trapped in the pleasures of this earthly, existence. Two, they didn't want you to bring more sparks of light into this matrix. Because if you're having sex and you're having a baby, you just took another spark of life and you brought them into a meat suit. So they would not rejoice at somebody having a baby. It would be like, oh no, another trapped spark of the divine is now in a meat suit. Hey, we're all trying to get out of here. We're not trying to bring more into here. It's a different way of looking at things. It's a very different way of looking at things. I can see it. I understand it. Okay, now I don't agree with all of it. You get to pick where you stand with all these things. These are very deep things to consider. Who created this whole world? Was it a demiurge? Is Genesis partly right that we and you know what? You could pick anything you like and no one could completely refute you because scientists don't even know where this universe came from. So in the absence of knowing, we don't know where this universe came from. So because we don't know where this universe came from, what are we going to do? No one has the conclusive answer on where this universe came from. So if you want to say that it came from the demiurge, no one can prove you wrong on that. And until we get more scientific discovery and method to understand what's going on in this whole universe. Now, here's where I stand with it. I find the golden ratio is from the infinite source consciousness, because here's why this makes sense to me. Because the golden ratio creates beauty. And the demiurge is not interested in beauty. So, what do I mean by this? Let's look at beauty. What is beauty? I've asked this question many times. We wrote a book on it. So, golden mean and beauty. So, the golden mean is 1.618. It's mathematical ratio that is associated with beauty and balance and harmony. That as you go around, it looks sort of like the spiral of a shell. Let's look at the images of it. And it would appear that this golden mean, this is what it looks like. It starts off tiny, then it gets twice as big, then it gets 3 times as big, then it gets 4 times, on and on and on and on. In other words, the way of thinking of this is in numbers. It's a mathematical equation. Therefore, 1 plus 1, this is what it looks like. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. So in the Fibonacci sequence, you add the former two numbers to get the next number. So what, and you start with 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus, and on and on and on that way. And that is the Fibonacci sequence. And we also know it as the golden mean. So let's look at the golden mean or golden ratio. It's also called the golden ratio. And let's look at shells in nature. There we go. Here's what it looks like in nature. And this is why I think the demiurge didn't create it. Here we're looking at a flower. Is this a chrysanthemum? We're looking at a flower, and there is the golden ratio. We're looking at the galaxies, and there is the golden ratio. We're looking at a storm, and there is the golden ratio. We're looking at a leaf, and there is the golden ratio. We're looking at a plant, and there is the golden ratio. We're looking at a shell, and there is the golden ratio. We're look at an embryo in its mother's womb, and there is the golden ratio. So I would not, it's a pattern for efficiency, growth, and aesthetics. Okay, is it an algorithm? Because it's found in the logarithmic spirals of shells and galaxies. Is it an algorithm? You tell me. John, I love this. John, I love this. This is such a great comment. John said, it is more intelligent to say, I don't know. Isn't that the truth? Right. We don't know how the universe came into existence. And we don't know answers to some really big questions in life. Like, who put the golden ratio there? So for me, I have come to the conclusion, even though, like they say, I'm not willing to die on this hill. It's not like I have a dog in this race. We're not placing bets on this. I just kind of intuit that this is not from an evil demiurge. I'm more intuit that the infinite consciousness has a way of ordering this whole universe, and it has to do with math. That math is a big part of ordering this universe. That's it. That's all. I don't have a good epistemology needs a good knowledge. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Therefore, I do not have a be all end all answer to that question. Therefore, I use a thought process or a methodology that comports with or aligns with what I know to be so evidentially in evidence. And what I know in evidence is if I look at many different disciplines, because here on this channel, we take a multidisciplinary approach. We must look at archaeology, history, physics, astronomy and astrology, occult teachings, religion. We we look at magical arts and sciences, the exoteric and the esoteric. We look at all of this so that we can have a well-rounded view and begin to come to some conclusions that have some feet under them versus wild claims and speculations that people make. And hey, there's nothing wrong with making wild claims and speculations if that's what people want to do. I want to know truth. That's what I want to know. Let's get into our reading for today, which is the book of Enoch. Now, why are we reading the Bible and the book of Enoch? Why? We're reading it not because we think it came from God. The Bible didn't come from God. The Bible's not about God. God doesn't have a holy book. We're reading it and the Apocrypha and parts of the Pseudipigrapha to come to our own conclusions about what it might mean and to do our own investigation. Each person here, we're all free to do our own investigation on what does this mean, and do these writings have any place in your life now, knowing that they don't come from God? Do they have a meaning in your life, perhaps for magic or for metaphor or for wisdom sayings or for entertainment? Chapter 46. The place of the stars shown to Rabbi Ishmael. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron said to me, come, and I will show thee the space of the stars that are standing in Raquia, night by night, in fear of the Almighty Makom. And I will show thee where they go and where they stand. I walked by his side, and he took me by his hand and pointed out all to me with his fingers. And they were standing on sparks of flames round the Merkaba of the Almighty Makom. What did Metatron do? At that moment, he clapped his hands and chased them off from their place. Forthwith, they flew off on flaming wings, rose and fled from the four sides of the throne of the Merkaba, And as they flew, he told me the names of every single one. And it is written at Psalm 40. Hold on, no, that's not 40. That is 100 and hold on. 147, 4. Help me out, family, if reading my Roman numerals correctly. Psalm 147, 4. He telleth the number of the stars. He giveth them all their names, teaching that the Holy One, blessed be he, has given a name to each one of them. And they all enter in counted order under the guidance of, through, by the hands of, literally, Rahatiel to Raquia Hashaim. Hashamayim. I do not speak Hebrew. Please forgive me if I'm butchering any of these Hebrew words. To serve the world. And they go out in counted order to praise the Holy One, blessed be he. Songs and hymns, according as it is written at Psalm 19. No. Is that? Yeah, 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. But in the time to come, the Holy One, blessed be he, will create them anew, as it is written in Lamentations 3:23. They are new every morning, and they open their mouth and utter a song. Which is the song that they utter? Psalm 8:3. When I consider thy heavens. Chapter 47. Metatron shows Rabbi Ishmael the spirits of the punished angels. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron said to me, come, and I will show thee the souls of the angels and the spirits of the ministering servants, whose bodies have been burnt in the fire of Makom, the Almighty, that goes forth from his little finger. And they have been made into fiery coals in the midst of the fiery river, Nehar Dinur, but their spirits and their souls are standing behind the Shekinah. Whenever the ministering angels utter a song at a wrong time, or as not appointed to be sung, they are burnt and consumed by the fire of their Creator and by a flame from their Maker in the places, chambers of the whirlwind. For it blows upon them and drives them into the Nehar Dinur, and there they are made into numerous mountains of burning coal. But their spirit and their soul return to their Creator, and all are standing behind their Master. And I went by his side, and he took me by his hand, and he showed me all the souls of the angels and the spirits of the ministering servants who were standing behind the Shekinah upon wings of the whirlwind and walls of fire surrounding them. At that moment, Metatron opened to me the gates of the walls within which they were standing, behind the Shekinah. And I lifted up my eyes and saw them, and behold, the likeness of every one was as that of angels, and their wings like birds' wings, made out of flames, the work of burning fire. In that moment, I opened my mouth in praise of Makom and said, Psalm 92:5. How great are thy works, O Lord. Chapter 48. Metatron shows Rabbi Ishmael the right hand of the Most High, now inactive behind him, but in the future destined to work the deliverance of Israel. Rabbi Ishmael said, Metatron said to me, come, and I will show thee the right hand of Makom, laid behind him because of the destruction of the holy temple, from which all kinds of splendor and light shine forth, and by which the 955 heavens were created, and whom not even the seraphim and the ophanim are permitted to behold until the day of salvation shall arrive. And I went by his side, and he took me by his hand, and showed me the right hand of Macom, with all manner of praise, rejoicing, and song. And no mouth can tell its praise, and no eye can behold it because of its greatness, dignity, majesty, glory, and beauty. And not only that, but all the souls of the righteous who are counted worthy to behold the joy of Jerusalem, they are standing by it, praising and praying before it 3 times every day, saying, Isaiah 51:9, awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord, according as it is written in Isaiah 63:12. He caused his glorious arm to go at the right hand of Moses. In that moment, the right hand of Macom was weeping, and there went forth from it 5 fingers, 5 rivers of tears, and fell down into the great sea and shook the whole world, according as it is written in Isaiah 24:19 and 20. The earth is utterly broken, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly, the earth shall stagger like a drunken man, and shall be moved to and fro like a hut. 5 times corresponding to the fingers of his great right hand. But when the Holy One, blessed be he, sees that there is no righteous man in the generation, and no pious man, Hasid, on earth, and no justice in the hands of men, and that there is no man like unto Moses, and no intercessor as Samuel, who could pray before Macom for the salvation and for the deliverance, and for his kingdom, that it be revealed in the whole world, and for his great right hand, that he put it before himself again, to work great salvation by it for Israel. Then forthwith will the Holy One, blessed be he, remember his own justice, favor, mercy, and grace. And he will deliver his great arm by himself, and his righteousness will support him, according as it is written in Isaiah 54:16. And he saw that there was no man, that is, like unto Moses, who prayed countless times for Israel in the desert and averted the divine decrees from them. And he wondered that there was no intercessor like unto Samuel, who entreated the Holy One, blessed be he, and called unto him. And he answered him and fulfilled his desire, even if it was not fit in accordance with the divine plan. According as it is written in 1 Samuel 7:17, pardon me, 1 Samuel 12:17, is it not wheat harvest today? I will call unto the Lord. And not only that, but he joins fellowship with Moses in every place, as it is written. It's Psalm 99:6. Moses and Aaron among his priests. And again, it is written, Jeremiah 15:1. Though Moses and Samuel stood before me. Isaiah 58. No, Isaiah 63. LXII 63. It says I, it's actually an L. It's a typo, as Dia helped us understand the other day. Isaiah LXII would be 63 5. Mine own arm brought salvation unto me, said the Holy One, blessed he in that hour. How long shall I wait for the children of men to work salvation according to their righteousness for my arm? For my own sake, and for the sake of my merit and righteousness, will I deliver my arm, and by it redeem my children from among the nations of the world. As it is written, Isaiah 48 in. For my own sake will I do it, for how should my name be profaned? In that moment will the Holy One, blessed be he, reveal his great arm and show it to the nations of the world. For its length is as the length of the world, and its breadth is as the width of the world, and the appearance of its splendor is like unto the splendor of the sunshine in its might in the summer solstice. Forthwith, Israel will be saved from among the nations of the world, and Messiah will appear unto them, and he will bring them up to Jerusalem with great joy. And not only that, but Israel will come from the four quarters of the world and eat with Messiah. But the nations of the world shall not eat with them, as it is written. Isaiah HI. That may be a typo. We don't know what H is. 10. If anyone knows what HI is, let me know in the comments. It looks like a typo. Let us know. The Lord hath made bare his arm in the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God. And again, Deuteronomy 32:12. The Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. Zechariah 14:9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. Chapter 48 continued. B. The divine names that go forth from the throne of glory, crowned and escorted by numerous angelic hosts through the heavens and back again to the throne. The angels sing the holy and the blessed. These are the 72 names written on the heart of the Holy One, blessed be he. Okay, SSC deck, righteousness. Sapel, Sur, Isaiah 26:4. SBI, Sadelko, righteous. SPH, Shin, Sebaoth, Lord of hosts. Shaddai, God Almighty, Elohim, God, YHWH, SH, DGUL, WDOM, SSS, YWF, HW, HB, Yah, HW, WWW, SSS, PPP, NN, HH, Ha, Living, Ha, Rakeb, Araboth, riding upon the Araboth, Psalm 68:5, YH, HH, WH, MMM, NNN, HWW, YH, YHH, HPHS, HSI, WSZ, quotations, QQQ, holy, 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 Kashur, BW, ZK, Gnur, Gnuria, Y, Yod, Aleph, HN, PP, RW, YY, WY, YYW, BBS, DDD, TTT, KKK, KLL, SYS, XT, Bish, KMLW. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. Completed for Melech. How Alam, the King of the Universe, JBRH, LB, the beginning of wisdom for the children of men, BNLK, WY. Blessed be he who gives strength to the weary and increaseth strength to them that have no might. Isaiah 40:29. That go forth adorned with numerous crowns of fire, with numerous crowns of flame, with numerous crowns of kasmal, with numerous crowns of lightning from before the throne of glory. And with them there are 1,000 hundreds of power, i.e., powerful angels who escort them like a king with trembling and dread, with awe and shivering, with honor and majesty, and fear with terror, with greatness and dignity, with glory and strength, with understanding and knowledge, and with a pillar of fire and a pillar of flame, and lightning, and their light is as lightnings of light, and with the likeness of the Gazmal. And they give glory unto them, and they answer and cry before them, Holy, holy, holy. And they roll convoy them through heaven as mighty and honored princes. And when they bring them all back to the place of the throne of glory, then all the child by the Merkabah open their mouth in praise of his glorious name, saying, Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. We'll pause here. Tomorrow, we will complete the book of Enoch, third Enoch. Before I go into the commentary, if you came here for the reading of the Bible, the Apocrypha, and the Pseudipigrapha, there you have it. Now let's get into the commentary. And before we get into the commentary, there's an interesting comment here for us to consider. Why did they not use normal numbers? Good question. Oh, your book says L-I-I instead of H. Thank you, Dia. The Bible is God's word. No, it's not. And would mean 7 days of creation to him is 7,000 years to us. Yeah, that's what they told you. You are brainwashed. So since you took it upon yourself to come into my stream, you're in my living room now. Therefore, and you put your comment in the atmosphere. So we have the opportunity to have a conversation about it. So you're brainwashed, and you're brainwashed by the church. And I hope, it's my fervent intention, not prayer, intention. I don't pray to anything anymore. It is my, and I'm not an atheist by no means. I'm a minister of spiritual consciousness. It is my intention with this series to support everyone in waking up to the understanding that the real God is not in the Bible. The Bible is not about God. The Bible has nothing to do with God. The Bible is not a spiritual book. The Bible is not a holy book. God's not in the Bible at all. The Bible has nothing to do with God. And I did so much research on this topic that I wrote a whole book about it. Yay. Let's look at it right now. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you so much for your comment. It gave me the opportunity to share, once again, the book, The Real God is Not in the Bible. And here I will give you, let me copy the URL, and I will give you all the opportunity, absolutely, to go ahead and make sure that you are registered with Kickstarter so that you will be notified when the paperback and the hardcover are released. And let me make sure I'm still on screen share. Yes, I'm still on screen share. And I'm also going to give you the link to my Amazon store. Actually, I'm going to give you the link to this specific playlist. This specific playlist, it's not a playlist, actually. This specific list, this very specific list, I collated for you of books one would want to read to understand what the Bible is, but only if you want to. If you still want to believe lies from church, go right ahead. Church lied. If you still want to believe lies from church, that's okay with me. That doesn't have anything to do with me. The Real God is Not in the Bible. You can buy the ebook right here on Amazon. The Real God is Not in the Bible, How Religion and Superstition Blinded Humanity to the Truth for Thousands of Years. The book is several hundred pages with absolute proof from a multidisciplinary approach, including archaeology, astrology, astronomy, biology. Astrology and astronomy used to be one and the same before they were separated in the Age of Reason. Biology, geology, geography, history, mythology, and textual evidence that the Bible has nothing to do with God. Shocking. God ain't in the Bible. All right, now let's get into the commentary now that I entered that comment. Thank you for leaving your comment. Now, let's get, all comments are welcome, and even comments from people who are clearly bamboozled by church, all good, and comments from everyone. As you can see on my YouTube channel, I have all comments, even hate comments. I just leave them be, whatever. Say whatever you got to say. However, there are some comments that we will delete if they're just mean and disrespectful and rude. And family, if you see comments on this channel that are mean or disrespectful or rude, simply report them. Yeah, comments where people just differ in opinions, all good. I like differences of opinions. And comments from people that are just bamboozled by church, still there, I understand, because I too was bamboozled by Christianity. It is the biggest bamboozlement that has taken place on planet Earth for over 2,000 years. And now people are waking up. Malcolm X was right. You didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on you. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok. He was waking us up. And guess what? Guess what? I want to share with you, speaking of Malcolm X, since he came on into here. Thank you, Malcolm, for joining us this morning. I want to share something with you in the book. Hold on, let's go on screen share. As I pull up the manuscript of the book, there's something I want to share with you, and take a screenshot of this, please. Please take a screenshot of what I am about to share. Hello, who's the God of the Bible? There's no God in the Bible. There's gods in the Bible. There's no one single God in the Bible. There's hundreds of gods in the Bible. Ancient Israel worshipped no less than 234 gods, possibly more, of which Yahweh was one of them, a minor storm deity, more likely maybe having something to do with copper and metallurgy. He wasn't even a major god. He was a minor god. Just study history. This is all provable by archaeology. Just study. That's all. And I gave you the books to read if you want to read them. If you want to read them. It's completely up to you. If you want to stay in the bamboozlement of the church, baby, go on to church tomorrow, which this is Saturday. Go to church tomorrow and give your tithes and offerings and jump around and have a Holy Ghost good time. And I would love that for you. I love that for you. And then there are those of us who no longer desire to do that. Yeah, there are those of us who no longer desire to do that. Right? Why do anyone from any religion can convince someone to come back to the brainwashing? That's not going to stop them from trying, though. Once you're free, you're free. You're searching for truth. I'm so happy you're here, Patricia. I am so happy you're here, because I am here for those who are truly searching to be free. That is my ministry. My ministry is founded on freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Freedom, freeing the mind from all the shackles, freeing our minds to think that this book is from God. I have an entire Bible collection, which I love. I'm not getting rid of my Bibles. I view them as humanity's library, a collection of works and books that hold great value for me. That's what I came to. Now, everyone else has got to come to their own relationship with the Bible or not. You don't even have to have a Bible. It's completely up to you. Bible's not mandatory. And I am here to break up the lie that church has been telling for thousands of years that this book is from God. They hold it up and turn to, and and this is from God. No, it's not. It's just simple. No, it's not. It's not from God. It has nothing to do with God. And if you want to be free, get the book. If you want to be free, because I take you step by step where the Bible came from. And this is Genesis, and this is how it works. And here are the stories, and here's Sumer, and here's history, and here's archaeology. I take you through it in a step by step methodological fashion so that you can come to your own conclusions. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm free. I jumped out of the matrix. When they showed me the door out of the matrix, baby, I grabbed that pill from Morpheus's hand so fast and swallowed that pill and went down the rabbit hole. I was banging on the doors of the matrix to get out. Let me out. Pull that plug out from the back of your head and be free. Baby, we dancing in Zion around here, doing magic manifestation, occult sciences, esoteric physics. It's all connected. It's all one. Ancient history. The mystery schools knew this, that the whole thing was inside of you. It's right here. But you go to church and they keep making you pray to somebody up there, some sky daddy. Ah, man, I gave up sky daddies a long time ago. Stop it. Oh, come on, come on. I love that. I love that. These sessions are definitely activating my truth cells. Yes, it's an activation. It's an activation. I've got to tell you something, family. Humanities library, that's what it is. I love this. Oh my goodness. Only Denelzia would have come up with this. Denelzia is a wordsmith, I tell you. Denelzia said library, L-I-E. Because it does have a lot of lies in it. We cannot lie about that. The Bible has a lot of lies in it. And here's the thing. We're only family. Let me show you where we are in this truth session. And it has already been extreme. Oh, I didn't show you what I was going to show you. First, let me show you the epigraph in my book. Please take a screenshot. Hold on. Please take a screenshot from beloved Malcolm X. Please take a screenshot. Despite my firm convictions, I have been always a man who tries to face facts and to accept the reality of life as new experience and new knowledge unfolds it. I have always kept an open mind, which is necessary to the flexibility that must go hand in hand with every form of intelligent search for truth. That's Malcolm, who spent years in prison and his eyes went bad because he read so many books. Reading books in the dark. That's why he wears glasses. Well, he doesn't wear glasses anymore. He's in the infinite realm of the ancestors. Coming now, sharing with us some wisdom. You can tap into the stream right now, stream of consciousness that is Malcolm X. I sure did. I tapped into the stream of consciousness that is Malcolm X. Malcolm X, give me something good for this book. Boom! A direct quote from Malcolm X. And it frames the book so well. This is the epigraph, the quote, before you even dive into this book. Yes, you can have firm convictions and face facts. And we can accept the reality of life as new experience and new knowledge unfolds it. The reality of life is being unfolded by new experiences and new knowledge. I've always kept an open mind, which is necessary to the flexibility that must go hand in hand with every form of intelligent search for truth. That's what we're doing here, an intelligent search for truth. We're not on the fairy tales of church anymore. And one of my favorite, baby, by any means necessary. Come on, we know Malcolm was telling the truth. That's why they offed him. Or that's why he let himself be off, because like Jesus and all great teachers that have come to us, you can't take my life. I can give it up. You can't take my life. The question is, do you want truth or do you want your beliefs? That's the only question you have to answer. Do you want truth or do you want your beliefs? And you can have either one. You can't have both. You can't have both. You can't have your beliefs and truth, because truth is going to keep coming along and slap down one of your beliefs. And then more truth is going to come along and slap down another one of your beliefs. And then more truth is going to come along and slap down a big belief. Oh, damn. And your beliefs just keep getting slapped down by truth. Now you have a choice in this whole idea of being open, not gullible. Like he said, I have my convictions and I'm also open. I'm firm and I'm flexible. Did you get the nuance of what Malcolm is talking about? Malcolm is not saying, be all over the place, just be a floozy floating along in every conspiracy theory that comes along, unproven or proven. He didn't say that. He said, I have my convictions. I'm rooted and I'm firmly planted in something, and I'm open. It's a paradox. You must have both. You must be firm and flexible. That's a tree. It's rooted, it's firm, and it's flexible. If it wasn't flexible to bend in the wind, it would break. It's planted and it's growing and open. It's rooted and it's reaching up and out. That is it. Yes, law of polarity. Look at that, Tony. Love that we had someone go back to the 7 hermetic laws of ancient Egypt. Law of polarity is that's exactly what it is. And how do you hold the equilibrium of birth, both firm and flexible? Exactly what the Buddhists say, the middle way. Don't be extreme one way or the other. You're all flexible. You're willy-nilly. You just do anything, anytime. Anybody can get you to do anything. And over firm, just won't move, won't budge. Stubborn, stagnant, not open. Both of those, throw them both out the window. You're navigating the middle way. Sometimes you need to be more firm, and sometimes you need to be more flexible. You must have both energies. It's yin and yang. You've got the firm energy and you've got the flexible energy. Some people are just firm and some people are just flexible. Both of them are losers, in my concern, as far as I'm concerned. Both losers. Goodbye. You're too firm, you're too flexible. We're masters of energy. Open mind, but the church would tell you not to do that, to just stick with King James Version. And I know it's more to it than just that. Ooh, baby. You happened on the right YouTube channel right here. Because I have spoken extensively about King James. I give you in the book, let's go back to the book, because this book is beyond anything I have ever written. Let me show you something in this book. See, in order for you to understand King James, you have to understand King Henry VIII. If you don't understand King James, you won't understand King James. If you don't understand King James, King Henry, you will not understand King James. And here is why, or why it's a bad Bible. Here is why I give you the history of King James. You've got to know the history of King James. You must. You must know his wife. You must know his mother. You must know his lineage. You must know Queen Elizabeth. You must know King Henry the Seventh. You must know the War of the Roses. You must know King Henry the Eighth, King Henry the Eighth's wives, 6 wives, and their children that led to King James being king, the religious atmosphere in England when he became king, what he grew up in, the Catholic Protestant. You must understand the milieu and the context of the King James Version Bible. Otherwise, you have no idea what you're reading. That's most people. They just give you a Bible and tell you to read it and swear, especially Black people. I want to go slap every Black person who thinks the King James Bible came straight from the mouth of God, not in a mean way, in a waking up way, like, the quick, and it's like, oh, like what you do to a person who's in a stupor. Okay, I'm back. That's what I want to do to every Black person. Black people, the King James Version of the Bible has nothing to do with you. Why do you even have it? I have one King James Version, and that is purely, I'll show it to you. Hold on. Where is that King James Version Bible that I have that is purely for one purpose? I think it's in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it for you. I'm at my shrine. I think it's in one of these magical boxes. Pretty sure it's in this magical box right here. I'm gonna show you something. I keep one King James Version Bible. Let's see if it's in here. It is in here. This is the one King in my Bible collection. Do I have a big King James Bible? This is my one King James Version Bible that I keep in here. Why do I keep it in here? I'm going to tell you why I keep it in here. In this bag is a Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, one of my favorite tarot decks. And in here is the King James Version, New Testament King James Version of the Bible. You can get this from the dollar store. Why are these together? Because I'm fucking tormenting that man. I'm making sure that he lives forever with the tarot, that he will feel that energy in the afterlife. Yeah, for killing so many witches. So you just stay right there, King James, and forever. I'm going to always have the King James Version Bible bound up. I might even put a cord on it, bound up with the tarot in a witchy bag with the 5-pointed star, which is an esoteric symbol that means far more than anyone ever could imagine. I'll give a whole masterclass on that. Forever bound. And I am keeping you, a witch is keeping you until you understand, in whatever realm you are in, King James, how much horror you brought to the witches that you oversaw, and people who were not witches that you oversaw because of your obsession with witches. He was obsessed. This man was obsessed with witches. He wrote a whole story about it. I have 3 because they engraved my name on them. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. They put your name on it. Absolutely. My family declared the King James Version is the absolute truth. That's what they said. That's what they said. So glad I left the cult of religion. I stayed so confused. Oh my God. And the reason we're confused in religion, here's a simple reason we're confused. It's a simple reason. Because the story is incoherent. The Bible is written over hundreds of years, centuries, by many different people in many different locations. They don't all say the same thing. They don't all believe the same thing. Yet you're given this one big book and said it came from God, and hence the confusion. And I decided to undertake, where did this book come from? And here we are, years later, in all this research, I decided, where did anybody ever just look at a Bible, just pick up a Bible and just look at the Bible and say, where did this come from? It came from God. Okay. Well, how did I come to have it? Okay, I'll give you, I can still keep believing that it came from God to do research on it. I can still do that. King James. Get to know the entire family, examine the times and atmosphere, everything. This is a homework assignment. Come on. And it's all in my book. So, family, if you do not have the ebook, here's how you get the book. Here is how you get the book. If you are a member on the YouTube channel, either the Valerie Love YouTube channel or the Christian Witches YouTube channel, you have the book as a gift. If you have not yet downloaded the book and you are a member, I'm going to come and haunt you tonight in your dreams, lovingly. And I'm just going to come into your dreams tonight. I come into people's dreams all the time. Not because I pick people to come into their dreams, because I'm open to the universe to be at service as a symbol for people. So if people see me in a dream, then it's helpful for them. If it's helpful, go ahead, universe. I'm game. I'll volunteer. Many people tell me that they see me in their dreams, and that is absolutely. What about the Ethiopian Bible? I wrote the whole. We did the entire Ethiopian Bible. This is an excellent question. We did the entire episode about the Ethiopian Bible and how it was preserved, and I will give you the link to it. Hold on, let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. So let me finish this thought about the book, because get the book, family, get the book and understand. In all thy getting, get understanding. That word speaks to me. I don't think it came from God, just like I don't think Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings came from God either. It's great inspiration. But I don't think in all thy getting, get understanding. I don't think that came from God. I think it's a great word. And I think a lot of people came up with great words. They're still coming up with great words. I think Shakespeare came up with some great words. That doesn't mean I think everything Shakespeare wrote came from God. The Bible for me is like Shakespeare. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like Harry Potter. It's like Wheel of Time. It's like all the epic fantasy that you could imagine. It's magic. It's all of that. It's dragons. It's everything. Let me show you something about that. Oh, let me finish about the book. So if you are a member of the Valerie Love YouTube channel, the Christian Witches YouTube channel, go get the book. It is essential. It's a gift. You didn't even have to pay for it. It's a gift to all the channel members, because I want you to understand what we're talking about, and not just understand it on the surface level from watching a YouTube video. I want you to understand it from reading it, or when the audiobook comes out later, from listening to it over and over again, so that it gets into your spirit and it unlocks new levels of learning and awareness. That's why you have the book as a gift. Members, I love you. Thank you. And if you're not a member, become a member and you'll have instant access to the book. It's right in the members area. If you are not a member and you don't desire to be a member right now, all good, buy the ebook on Amazon. If you would like the paperback and hardcover as well, follow the Kickstarter, because you're going to be notified when the paperback and the hardcover are released. Buy the ebook or receive the ebook as a gift. Please, family, I worked hard on this, and I expect every one of you who love me and love this to support this book. Buy the book, tell a friend to buy the book, do a review on the book. This is a freaking badass book. All right. Now let's go to the Ethiopian Bible. I am going to. Yes, the whole journey of the fool is in the Bible. You're absolutely right. Oh my goodness, I love this. And I'm a Christian witch too, so it's all, to me, it's all integrated. Let's talk about the Ethiopian Bible. I'm going to get you the link right now. Let's go on screen share, and I will show you how to get access. Woo! Money in the vortex. Hippo character repeatedly points to the streamer while chanting "Get good." Love it. Money in the vortex. Money in the vortex. I love you, family. I love you. Okay, let's go to YouTube, to the Valerie Love YouTube channel, or to the Christian Witches YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm live right now. Okay, let's go to the Valerie Love YouTube channel. And when you go to the Valerie Love YouTube channel, you're going to go to live. Live. And then you're going to go to this video right here. Lost Books of the Bible, How Ethiopia Preserved the Bible. Let's share. Hold on. Let me get the link. Come on, come on, come on. Let's share. I'll get you the exact link because I'm only here to be truly helpful. Here is Ethiopian Bible. When I become more resourced, I will buy your book. Oh, excellent. Thank you so much, Tony. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And in the meantime, absolutely share the news with other people. I love that. That's free to do. And I love that. So, family, before we close with a bit of commentary on 3rd Enoch, because we're coming to the end of 3rd Enoch, a couple of things I want to share. One is, to those of you who already started registering for the ritual coming up, hold on, let me get you the link to the ritual, because we are conducting a ritual on the spring equinox in less than 2 weeks. It's coming up. And let me give you the link so that you can go directly to, it's also at valerielove.com. It's right on the front page of valerielove.com. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So much appreciation. Thank you so much. I love this comment. So much appreciation for your endless wealth of knowledge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And every day I'm learning and growing. Every day. Every day, every day, every day. So let's go to Mary Magdalene and the Secret of Hidden Treasures. This is a spring equinox ritual for wealth and abundance, a candle burning ritual. Can I burn a candle for you? If I can burn a candle for you, as I do in my candle burning rituals, and draw a tarot card for you for wealth, abundance, as you can see here in the Hyros Gamos ritual for several of our clients. Our clients love, love, love our candle burning rituals. And I am so looking forward to celebrating the spring equinox with all of you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Ooh. November! Yay! Val, I just dropped in. I went on a day trip yesterday. I swear I saw pyramids covered within trees. Reminded me of you. I was shocked. Oh, where were you? Calvin, where were you? Calvin, money in the vortex! My bell needs some help. The little dingy thing fell out of it, so I can't ring my bell anymore. I'm gonna get a new bell. That one came from Egypt, so when I was in Egypt, time before last, I bought that bell. Calvin, where were you? Mexico? Where were you? Do tell. Let me know. Let me know if you can. Here's what I want to say about Enoch. When we got to the YHH, the HWH, the ZZZ, the PPP, QQQ, RRR, YHD, WDT, TTT, Yahoo, WL, WLL, HHH, HLM, all. Rabbi Ishmael, why did you do that to us, Rabbi Ishmael? I didn't even know where I was. Oh, Kentucky. Oh, gotcha, Calvin. Way up in the mountains, huh? Oh, nice. Nice. Kentucky is beautiful. Wow, I've never been to Kentucky. I don't I don't think I've ever been to Kentucky. Okay. Hold on. Let's look at this. Because Rabbi Ishmael, I don't know what he did to me over here. What 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 Rabbi Ishmael? What M H W W Y H Y H H H P H S H S I W S Z Q Q Q. Holy, holy, holy. Uh, Rabbi is, I think he went into speaking in tongues right there. I think he was speaking in tongues because I don't understand. Okay, we're gonna pick it up tomorrow. That's the first thing I wanted to say about Rabbi Ishmael, and it reminded me of the magic words that are in this book. And here's why I say this: because many of these magic words are incomprehensible. They're what we call barbarous names. And what is barbarous? It looks something like this. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this name right here? It looks something like that. Barbarous names that look really, really, really cray cray. Yet they're magical. And that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of this book. This book I have been reading. It is a dictionary of ancient magic words and spells from Abraxas to Zoar. And it has all kinds of barbarous names, just like that. This is such a magical book. And many of these names in here, look at them, look at them. It looks just like what he was talking about. Many of these names have names of God in them, just like Rabbi Ishmael had names of God in there. YHWH, Olam, El Shaddai, names people associate with God. They are not actually God names, they are names associated with God. It reminded me of this book. I said, are we in magic right now? Look at this. Look at this. Can y'all see that? It reminded me of this. It reminded me of magical incantations. It reminded me, you understood a couple of the words, Yod and Aleph. I understood a couple of the words, light language. There it is, Tony. Yes. I did a video of light language on my YouTube channel because I speak light language all the time. And I wanted to share it with anyone who would find it helpful for healing. It's barbarous. Barbarous not meaning bad, meaning a magical kind of word that holds magical power that is not your normal speaking. They're barbarous words. I recognize Shaddai, I recognize YHWH, I recognized a couple of those words, Olam. I recognize some words that they use for God that are not God names at all. Yet they do use them for God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This has been quite the discussion. We started with Gemmatria, the golden ratio, Fibonacci sequence, Genesis, the numerical value of tree of knowledge, not the tree of life. The gematria of the tree of knowledge is 233. The gematria of Garden of Eden is 144. 233 divided by 144 is the golden ratio. How in the world did that happen? Who encoded the golden ratio into the book of Genesis, supposedly before the golden ratio, the golden mean, or the Fibonacci sequence were even discovered? A yod is an astrological term meaning hand of God. Love that. There also are yods on the tarot. Have y'all ever seen yods in tarot? They say, this is what one of my teachers taught me, one of my tarot teachers. If you look at tarot cards, you will see the Hebrew letters, the Rider-Waite-Smith. Now, we talk about this in the mystery school. The link is below for the mystery school. Let's look at the Tower card. The Tower card, supposedly, these are yods. This is what some teachers say, that when you look at the Tower card closely, those little wisps are yods, meaning that this is a God ordained thing that's happening when you have that abrupt lightning bolt from heaven situation going on and your whole shit gets all busted up. Yet it's divine. It needs to happen. This is what happened to us when we were in religion, and the lightning bolt of awakening and awareness zapped us and zapped us out of there. It wasn't pleasant. Still may not be pleasant for all of those who are on the journey. Yet it is necessary. There are other yods here also in the tarot. So if you look through the tarot, look and see if you can find, thought it was on one of the aces as well. Look and see if you can find yods. And a yod looks like this. Hold on. Let's go on screen share. Yod. There it is. And let's go to images. See, it just looks like a wisp. It looks like this right here. Hebrew letter yod. This thing is all over the tarot, as I just showed you. It's in quite a few tarot cards. The yod. Look, it's on the moon card. And I want to say this. It is not easily recognized. It's not obvious. Look at all those yods. Let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 yods, which is interesting. Quite a few tarot people have said yods are floating around the tarot. Yods are floating around the tarot. And we spoke of yesterday of the tarot's connection to the Hebrew alphabet, the Hebrew letters, and Kabbalah. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.